Okay, today's work of art is a wild one. There's a green faced man staring down a goat. Houses are spinning upside down, and a cow is being milked inside the goat's head. Yeah, I'm talking about Marc Chagall. You know it. Welcome, my friend. You've wandered into the Art Bog again. This one's called I and the Village. Marc Chagall painted it in 1911 at just 24 years old, fresh to the excitement of Paris, living in a ramshackle hive of artists called La Ruche. Imagine it. Modigliani in one corner, Soutine in another, and young Chagall painting his village goats in the middle of it all. So, what are we looking at here? The green face, that's Chagall himself, but not a Paris version of Chagall. This is still the Vitebsk version of Chagall. Currently, Vitebsk is in the nation of Belarus. There he is, locking eyes with the goat, like they're sharing an old secret or maybe remembering old times. And you need to know, in Chagall's hometown, goats weren't just goats. They were survival. Milk, food, stories, even symbols. Some scholars say this goat hints at the Jewish scapegoat, a ritual of sacrifice and survival. Others say that it's not symbolic at all. It's just his childhood buddy, Mr. Goat, or whatever he called it. Inside that goat's face, a woman is milking a cow. See her? That's a memory inside of a memory. That's Chagall's way of showing it. As he once said, all our interior world is reality, and that perhaps more so than our apparent world. Now, look closer. Upside down houses, spinning rooftops. Chagall didn't paint logic. He painted how memory feels. In the middle, a glowing circle. Sun, moon, tree of life, take your pick. But it pulls the whole thing together like a heartbeat holding the chaos in place. At the time, Paris was exploding with new styles. Cubism breaking forms apart, Fauves going wild with color, Delaunay chasing circles of light, and Chagall standing there with his mind full of memories. He just tossed it all together. But it didn't matter. When I and the Village went up in the 1913 Salon des Indépendants, the crowd was floored. Nobody knew what to call it, but they couldn't stop staring. They kind of liked it, even though they didn't know why. For Chagall, this wasn't theory. This was Vitebsk, rebuilt in a dream language that made total sense to him. The scythe, the houses, the goat's huge eye. It's like Russian icons collided with folk embroidery and exploded into color. He once said, "Great art picks up where nature ends." And you can't feel that here. Where the village ends, his dream begins. Now, this is the part that hits a little hard. This painting, so bright, strange, playful, and hopeful, came just a few years before the world tore itself apart in World War I. Before pogroms, before exile, before loss. It's Chagall's youth, frozen before the storm of steel and blood. Today, if you want to see it, you've got to head over to the Museum of Modern Art in New York. It's over 6 feet tall, and it still pulls people in, making them stop and ask, what the heck am I looking at? And why do I like it so much? And then, after a moment, it hits. You're not looking at a puzzle, you're standing in someone else's memory. As Chagall himself put it, art must be an expression of love, or it is nothing. And his masterpiece, I and the Village, weird, glowing, and impossible, is exactly that. So, there you have it, a painting that turns memory into myth, reality into dream, and maybe shows us that the world is always stranger and sweeter than we first think. If this dreamlike ride through Chagall's world interested you, give it a like and share it with a friend. Because if you've ever stared at a painting and thought, what's going on here? This channel's for you. I've been your host, Bogdan Migulski. Remember, dreams don't fade, they just hang on walls, and Chagall's goat still remembers.